Welcome to your Monday. I'm Jay Clifton Payne, aka your Mr. Monday, and this quick bit of motivation and inspiration was originally published on September the 30th, 2019. The original message goes as follows. Failure is coming. It is an inevitable part of the process of learning and growing. You will probably not handle that moment of failure as well as you believe when it does come. So going deeper into this is a basic tenet on learning anything. You've got to fail at it before you succeed. Even babies have to fail at walking before they take their actual first steps. They have to get the notion. They have to learn how to get up not falling, and there's plenty of falling, which is why most first-time parents are really scared when their babies are doing that, and most second- and third-time parents are just basically watching and waiting for it to happen because they know it's going to happen. But failing is inevitable. Failure will come in any endeavor that you're going to work toward. They'll have some sort of setback, some sort of failure, something that's going to go wrong in the process. You just can't get around it. And it's not necessarily a massive critical failure, but it's just things that aren't going to work out quite as well as you would hope them to work out. And that's where the tail end of this message comes from, where you probably won't handle that failure in that moment as well as you think you would because you're in the middle of failing. You are literally in the middle of not succeeding and wondering just how bad you look, assuming that you look pretty bad because you can't see yourself from the outside, but your blood is boiling, I'm pretty sure. Your face feels hot and red. I'm sure you're frustrated. And everything that you do expect that you see in your head is what you believe is going on outside in the world. In reality, most people don't see your failures as catastrophic as you are seeing them. In fact, they probably don't see them as real failures, just like setbacks or you going through the learning process. So in order to continue on in whatever endeavor you're doing, you have to convert your own thinking and see the failures not as failures, although they truly are by definition things that don't go right, as things you're learning on the way towards being better, moving towards wherever you're going. And trust me, I totally get how crazy that sounds because I'm a person who wants to win at everything and achieve everything and attack from the alpha standpoint in every single battle and assume I'm going to wipe out my competition with very little casualties on my end. And trust me, enough lifetime has passed that I have learned much different and know so much better. Failure is going to happen. You're going to have to learn how to get better at something by not being so good at it and not succeeding. You don't go out there the first time you catch a basketball and toss up that jump shot from 18 feet away and plop it in. It just doesn't happen. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes practice, and sometimes a little bit of luck and the luck of genetics to be able to have that extra skill to do things. And if you don't have that skill and you never get better at it, you may never get better at it. But the biggest issue is not to go crazy whenever you see that you're failing, and especially when you're failing at something that you're never going to actually find a way to achieve. It's having the wherewithal to know what's going on, knowing that your missteps are just getting you closer to an actual resolution. And if you see that that resolution isn't coming, learning from those missteps, those mistakes, those failures, and applying the same lessons to something similar, hopefully, or maybe something totally different. Ironically, the transfer of knowledge from failing or learning is essentially universal to anything you're doing. You learn from messing things up, and every time you mess something up, you should retain the knowledge to know what didn't work that time so you don't do it the exact same way. It may not take much of an adjustment, but it does take some adjustments. And whether it's doing the same move over again in some sort of sport or trying to work the same math problem over and over again, or something like I'm personally doing, trying to make progress in the world of media and seeing the failures popping up over and over again, it's important to realize that the same failure over and over again is the real problem. A failure is coming. The same failure does not have to be, and as you fail more, oddly enough, you will learn to deal with those failures, although pretty much often it takes being outside of the window of them happening to really get past them. You may never get over the sting of failure and going through the frustration of feeling like you can't make anything work out, but with a little time and a couple of deep breaths, you can see what lessons are learned from each failure. The problem is, in the moment, that's really hard to see. Failure is coming. It is an inevitable part of the process of learning and growing. You will probably not handle the moment of failure as well as you believe when it does come. This original message was published on September the 30th, 2019 from Welcome to Your Monday. For more messages like this one, plus books, merchandise, and other information related to this project, visit the website welcometoyourmonday.com.